Well, welcome to the Pastor's Post, an update on life at Southern Cross. Well, this weekend we begin a new series called Visionaries. It's a church history series on how church leaders across the centuries responded to the glorious vision of that glorious God that we've seen in Ezekiel. How they sought to live out that vision in their lives, also in their generation, and even for us today, the implications for us. In having prepared for the series, I've hugely benefited from Crossway Books. They have a series called the Christian Life series. So this weekend we'll be beginning our journey with Augustine. And then next weekend, on the 13th of September, we'll have a look at the life of Charles Spurgeon from 1 Corinthians chapter 2. And then finally on Sunday, the 20th of September, at the start of our celebration week, we'll look at the life of Jim Packer, who recently passed away. We'll spend some time in Matthew chapter 6. But having prepared for the talk for this Sunday with Augustine from 1 John chapter 4, it is not an easy feat. It's one we've been preparing for over 3 months. And so I wish to publicly thank Andrew Bain, who is the acting principal of Queensland Theological College, for his willingness to meet with Matt Crossway and I in a Zoom room to explore Augustine the man and the message. Andrew's insights and depth of learning were hugely beneficial to both Matt and I. So I'm looking forward to this series to help us to understand that as we seek to move forward with the gospel, growing followers of Jesus at Southern Cross, we actually stand on the shoulders of Christian men and women of the past who faithfully and courageously proclaimed Christ to their generation. So do be prepared though for a change of gears. It's very hard to capture a life in 20 minutes and their engagement with God's word and how we can delve into God's word. I suspect that we might begin to work out a helpful balance of a life explored and God's word engaged by the time we finish the series. But our hope and prayer is that we will join the vision that they saw of the glorious God of Ezekiel, and that we would seek to live out that vision both in our life, in our generation, and in generations in the future. But let me finish by reading a portion of Hebrews 11 and the heroes of the faith that beautifully captures Ezekiel's vision. This is from verse 13. All these people were still living by faith when they died. They did not receive the things promised. They only saw them and welcomed them from a distance, admitting that they were foreigners and strangers on earth. People who say such things show they're looking for a country of their own. If they'd been thinking of the country they left, they would have had the opportunity to return. Instead, they were looking for a better country, a heavenly one. Therefore, God is not ashamed to be called their God, for he has prepared a city for them. Well, thanks for tuning in to the Pastor's Post.